You know, before I get into the meat of this video, there's a few things that I need to say up front that will, of course, serve as the intro to this masterpiece. Now, let me say this. I wasn't going to even address this slave reenactment that has everybody abuzz. I wasn't going to even touch it. I was preparing my memes as I sat in my laboratory concocting a few concoctions dealing with an entirely different subject matter. Until I started seeing the selective outrage that led me to go back into my war chest and pull out some of my photos that you will see in this video. And put everything on the back burner. So this weekend's Rabbit Hole production is going to deal with the unedited, unscripted, straight down the center of the plate, slave reenactment, wedding, and y'all selective outrage. Because that reenactment, it has a message about reparations. I'm not going to really go into it here. I'm going to have to, because I don't want to go there here, because it's going to offend a lot of y'all. I already know this. So I'm definitely going to have to put that in the whole. We're going to address that whole piece. And then we're going to deal with the reparations. And I know y'all wondering, okay, what does one have to do with the other? Well, you have to get the Rabbit Hole production to find out. If you want this weekend's version, you know what it is, second nature like breathing. Send me an email, I'll most certainly get you the link. And let me warn you, you might want to tighten your chin strap for this one. Now, since this was a impromptu video, and y'all know this is going to be the politically correct rant, I'm going to cover a lot of topics. I'm going to give you an overview of my assessment on this slave reenactment. And then I'm going to touch upon something that's going on in y'all negro sector of YouTube, these petitions that are circulating regarding one Cynthia G and one Kevin Samuels. Two topics, again, I'm going to address in the whole, but you know what it is. Send me an email, I'll get you the link. But let me say this. This is the reason why I had no intention on even addressing the slave reenactment. Some of y'all sent me the photos. Why? I don't know. And the reason why is because this is something that I've told y'all in video after video after video. This should not surprise you. This should not surprise you. Now, what would be surprising is if we didn't see a slave reenactment. Then that would be surprising. But to see one shouldn't come as no surprise to y'all. I've told y'all in many of my videos, man, y'all love white people. This is something I had to accept. It was hard for me to grasp this, but it's something that I had to digest, and it was tough for me to get it down. Y'all love white people. Not only do y'all love white people, but that black woman looks upon that white man and worships him as God. These are just facts. So if you have your thumb on the pulse of black America, like some of these pro-blacks that I've seen, they done videos, some of these hoteps, these black first Negroes, they done videos, and they're so surprised. And so I have to ask them, well, what are y'all surprised about? I thought y'all had y'all's thumb on the pulse of black people. I thought y'all knew black people. If y'all knew black people, then y'all should know they love white folk. And not only do they love white people, but this Negro male looks upon that white woman as the solution to all of his ills, his social ills, most certainly his dating ills. That's the way he views that white woman. Likewise, the black female views the white man as the solution to all of her ills, all of her problems can just be solved if I can just get me a white man. This is the reason why I tell y'all, y'all going to have to conduct a 40-yard dash between the black male and the black female to see who loves whitey more. You take that white man, put him at the finish line, take that white woman, put her at the finish line, and you have this Negro male and this Negro female run a 40-yard dash. And I've told y'all in video after video after video after video, it's going to be neck and neck. Y'all love them. This is the reason why I had no intention on addressing this slavery enactment. This comes as no surprise to me. Just like the Ancestry.com, which a lot of y'all have seen and forgotten. Tanya TKO does a video, and she says that this slavery enactment is a new low for black men and white women. Well, I have to ask Tanya, well, all due respect, sister, was it an all-time low for black women when they had that Ancestry.com slave ad where they had the runaway black woman and had the white man offering her a ring to take her up north to freedom? Was that an all-time low for black women? Don't answer that question because we already know the answer. That's rhetorical. But this is y'all, man. This is where y'all are. This is how much you people love this white man and this white woman. And then what really highlights the hypocrisy in y'all is that y'all have selective outrage over this. I've seen videos on social media. People are appalled. Oh my goodness, how could he do that? I can't believe they would play with slavery and try to react. Oh my, I can't believe that. Well, wait a minute. Stop. Because I know you Negroes love to play that victim card. Y'all the most sensitive people on the planet outside one other group that I'm not going to mention here. I would mention them in whole, but I most certainly will not mention them here because there's one other group who got y'all beat, who are the most sensitive people on the planet. You can't even mention their name. And if you mention their name, you can rest assured there's going to be repercussions. You're going to have the let me stop. Oh boy. I got to take a sip of this, man. Y'all got me thinking I'm doing a whole already. Let's get off that. We'll deal with that in whole. But here's the hypocrisy and the selective outrage that y'all have over this dude who made the reenactment of slavery, and y'all making out like this is so offensive to y'all, which we know that that's a bunch of bull. Because here's the thing. You black people, y'all have taken a word that emanates from that whole slavery, Jim Crow, legalized segregation, that whole gamut, all of that, all of that together, slavery, the brutal treatment of blacks during slavery, the lynching of black, everything. Y'all have taken a word that descended from that history, and y'all have taken that word that has been created to dehumanize you, to make you less than human. And y'all taking that word and y'all flipped it, y'all contorted it, y'all repackaged it, y'all misspelled it, and now y'all use that as a badge of honor. I hear some of these hoteps, these goofy 40-year-old Negroes running around with their hat turned around backwards. Don't even know how to wear their hat right. But you want to teach children, but you can't even put your hat on. You're a 40-year-old Negro walking around with your hat turned around backwards using that word. Y'all have taken it and turned it into a badge of honor, and now y'all want me to believe that this slavery enactment got y'all in y'all feelings. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Well, wait a minute. Isn't that selective outrage? Y'all use that word repeatedly. My nigga this, nigga that. And the Afro-American Negro is so devoid of logic and common sense. He actually believes that because he misspells it, it has a different meaning. He applies a different meaning to it because he spells it differently. The only time he becomes enraged over that word is if a white person says it. Then all of a sudden it's time to fight. It's World War III now. Did you hear what that white boy called? Well, wait a minute. Y'all got it all in y'all's music, be it R&B, be it gospel. We know most certainly rap. It's all in y'all's music. You stop at a stop sign or a stoplight, and one of you savages is bumping that bongo back to Africa music. You got children in the back seat listening to nigga this, nigga that, I shot the nigga. I mean, but now y'all want me to believe that y'all are so enraged and appalled over this dude who decided to reenact slavery? I mean, I just can't take you Negroes serious. That's what you call selective outrage. If you're not outraged over how y'all have taken that N-word and have flipped it, repackaged it, misspelled it, and turned it into a badge of honor, a term of endearment. What's up, nigga? That's a term of endearment for you savages. Hey, your ancestors have to be looking at y'all, shaking their head. I mean, you Negroes are insane. But the selective outrage, I've told y'all, I've said this, and like I said, this is just a politically correct rant on this, y'all. Y'all know we're going to deal with it differently in the whole. Plus, we're going to deal with that reparations piece. And I know y'all wondering, how do the two coincide? Well, you got to get the whole, send me an email, send you the link. But this whole selective outrage, where black people are pick and choose what they're offended by. And you can see the overt hypocrisy. Because when they find something that they're going to choose to be offended by, the first thing they're going to do, if it's being projected by a person or by an organization or an individual, is better to say, an individual or organization, what they're going to do is they're going to take that individual or they're going to take that organization before the tribunal. And what tribunal am I talking about? I'm talking about the Negro Inquisition that I've told y'all in many of my videos. There is a Negro Inquisition, just like the Spanish Inquisition that took place in medieval Europe, took place with the Catholic Church. You have a Negro Inquisition, and it's the same. If somebody was caught writing something or teaching something that did not go along with the popular dogma of that day, they will be accused of being a heretic or preaching or teaching heresy. And then they will be brought before a tribunal, just like a court. Well, that's what it was. It was a courtroom. And if they were found guilty, they then were tortured. A lot of them to death. They were tortured and through all manners of just insane types of torture that these people endured during this Inquisition to get them to recant what they said, what they were teaching, what they wrote. This is how the Catholic Church helped to put together the Bible, the 66 books in y'all's Bible. And again, as a side note, this is the reason why I stopped having conversations with Negro Christians. When I talk to them and ask them, do you understand the role of the Catholic Church in the development of your faith? And they say the Catholic Church had nothing to do with it. Well, I can't talk to you. I just can't. I can't. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. I stopped having conversations with them. The Catholic Church was all there was. Until Martin Luther, not King, the theologian, nailed his 95-page theses criticizing the Catholic Church on the door of that church in Wittenberg, did you have the Protestant Reformation. From the Protestant Reformation, you have all these other denominations. How the hell are you going to tell me that the Catholic Church didn't have anything to do with your faith? Outside of the fact that those books, some of which were taken out, were all debated over and set up by the Catholic Church, having these type inquisitions where people who were on outside would be tortured until they fell in line. This is what took place. This is European history. But let me get back to my point, because we were dealing with the Negro Inquisition, not the European Inquisition. But the Negro Inquisition is no different. You're going to be tortured if you don't go along with the party line. If you don't see the significance of giving y'all reparations, you're going to be tortured. You're going to be brought before the tribunal. They're going to try you and they're going to torture you, because how dare you say that? You're supposed to fall in line. Even though if you tell the Negro, hell, man, if they give y'all reparations on Monday, white America will have the money back by Wednesday night, if not Tuesday. You know damn well Amazon going to get the majority of that shit. The weed house, the liquor store, gonna get the rest of it. Oh yeah. Oh boy. How could we forget the pastor? But then again, I guess that's a double negative, because the weed house and the liquor store, that's one and the same with the black church. But let me leave that alone, because that's definitely was something we would have to deal with in the whole. But this is what happens in black America with y'all's Negro Inquisition. And this is the reason why you have one Cynthia G and one Kevin Samuels. Now, the interesting thing about them two, who are now find themselves being tried by the Negro Inquisition, is that they come from opposite ends of the spectrum. But that lets you know how far-reaching this Negro Inquisition is. The fact that you have Cynthia G, who has a completely different message than Kevin Samuels, but yet and still both of them at the same time have petitions, current petitions being circulated, wanting them to be removed from social media. That lets you know just how broad sweeping this Negro Inquisition is. And I'm really offended at you black men, man. Y'all really, man, and you black men, y'all really disappointed me. Y'all really did. And I'm gonna say this for the whole, but I'm gonna get through this point because I don't want to slip up and say something that can easily have the video flagged. As we know, it's already gonna be shadow banned, the views gonna be slowed down, they're gonna be turned back. We got all that. But I had somebody send me the Cynthia G petition, and I was offended by it. And I'm gonna tell you why. This tells me you Negroes don't listen. That's what that told me. When I read the email and the Negro sent me the link to her petition, I went and looked at the petition. I didn't even respond to the email. I just put it in the trash. And the reason why it offends me and know that you Negroes don't listen is I told y'all in video after video after video after video after video after fucking video. I am a proponent of freedom of speech. I told y'all I will stand with the Klan, defending their right to say what they say. I will stand with the alt-right. I will stand with the Proud Boys. I will stand with any of them. When they had that rally in Charlottesville and the organizer went to have his press conference and they snatched the mic from him, I was the one who cried, listen, let that dude speak. Let him speak. Because I am a proponent of freedom of speech. And I've told y'all, if you say you are a proponent of freedom of speech, where it is going to be tested is when you defend a person's right to speak and you disagree with what they're saying. That's what lets you know you are a proponent of freedom of speech. If I can stand next to a Cynthia G and I'm diametrically opposed to 90% of the shit that comes out her mouth, but I will stand with her defending her right to say it because I am a proponent of freedom of speech. I've told y'all this. So why the hell am I getting an email from y'all with that petition asking me to go sign it? No, I'm not signing that petition. Don't litter my inbox with that garbage. And y'all shouldn't be making petitions asking you to. Y'all, this is what I keep telling y'all not the brightest bulbs on the tree nor the sharpest knives in the drawer. Y'all making a petition asking you to. Who I would venture to say, and some people may believe, YouTube is not blackmail friendly. So why are y'all asking YouTube? YouTube is not taking Cynthia G down. It's not happening. Y'all wasting y'all's time. Y'all would be better served putting your nose in a book, developing an opposing argument, or learn how to deconstruct her argument. That's where y'all would be better served than to sit back with a goofy petition asking for her freedom of speech to be infringed. And then you send it to one who's made abundantly clear where I stand at on freedom of speech. Y'all send it to me. And this is the reason why I constantly tell y'all dumb. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who gets offended by it. Do not send me that stuff asking me to sign a goofy petition asking to have that woman removed off of YouTube or any other social media platform. I'm not going to sign it. I'll stand with her defending her right to say what she has to say. Y'all need to up y'all game and develop an opposing argument or learn how to deconstruct her argument. But this is the Negro Inquisition, man. This is what they have taken place. And again, like I said, what lets you know how broad sweeping this is that you have Kevin Samuels, who has a current position, asking him to be removed off of YouTube. And Cynthia G has a, and I'm sitting back and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at y'all selective outrage over this slavery enactment. Y'all acting like this is so offensive to y'all, and oh my goodness, but yet y'all use that N-word that emanated from that whole era, and y'all turn that into a badge of honor. Y'all sit back and use that as a term of endearment, a word that was designed to dehumanize you, to make you less than human. You savages have taken that word. Y'all sit there, call each other that word every day. No big deal. This is black people. This is the plight of the Afro-American Negro. And this is the reason why I keep telling y'all in video after video that I do, it's over for y'all, man. It really is. It's over for y'all. I know y'all don't want to believe that. And that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. But I'm telling you, we are not pulling ourselves up out of this ditch. Not in our lifetime. It's not happening. It's not happening. You got niggas. Ooh. See, y'all got. Well, see, I told y'all, so it's okay for me to use it because I told y'all when I use the term, and y'all, if y'all been down the hole, y'all know this. I use the ER. I use it and mean it as white people originally meant it. I don't use it as no term of endearment because as quiet as it is kept, I understand why white people call y'all that. I do. I really get it because there's a whole lot of y'all that fit that definition. Not some of them too, but that's a subject for another video. But you got Negroes who run around and recite that insane, goofy argument that slavery was a choice. I mean, listen to what's emanating from the Afro-American Negro on social media. Slavery was a choice. So why did slavery last as long as it did? Well, if you really studied it and you really cracked some books about slavery in the Middle Passage, you may want to look into some of those slave mutinies that took place on those ships, and the stronger slaves opted for death than to be in captivity. So their remains is at the bottom of some ocean somewhere. What was left behind was a docile, easily trained group of Negroes. I mean, y'all just simply have to study your history. If you're gonna make a YouTube video bumping your gums, it's not asking much for you to know what you're talking about. It's just not, especially when it's readily available. It's not hard. And I ain't talking about Googling or nothing. I'm talking about going to burn the midnight oil, doing your research so that when you talk about a particular topic, you know what you're talking about. And you don't find yourself regurgitating insanity about Why did slavery last as long as it did? And slavery was a choice. You're just savages, man. But you know what? Yeah, I gave y'all enough ranting. And this is the politically correct rant. Y'all know what this is. This is what I could say on YouTube that is fair. But I'm gonna cover this in the whole. We're gonna deal with that whole slavery enactment, unedited, and we're gonna deal with that reparations piece. Because again, I know y'all still wondering, well, damn man, what does one have to do with the other? You got to request the whole. You gotta request the whole. I'll explain it to you. I'll make it plain. I'll send it to you straight down the center of the plate. And I might also touch upon this Cynthia G petition that, again, like I said, that offends me. It really does. It offends me that y'all actually have a petition trying to get that woman removed off YouTube. And y'all asking YouTube to do this. YouTube. Y'all asking YouTube to remove a black woman. Hey man, send me an email. I'll get you the link. Because at the end of the day,